Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of my 30-day life challenge. So, today's topic is the biggest fear I almost let win. Yeah, let me ask you a question. Have you ever known you wanted something different, but fear kept you whispering, what if it doesn't work? Well, fear doesn't always show as panic. Sometimes it sounds reasonable. It says, for example, like maybe next year, maybe after things settle down, or maybe when you know more. For a long time, that's exactly what fear sounded like to me. Today I want to share the biggest fear I almost allow to make my decisions for me and why I'm grateful I didn't. So, to start with that, I'm gonna talk a little bit of my background. So, for more than 25 years, I work in the film industry. It was a career I loved. It challenged me, helped me grow, and introduced me to incredible people. But as the years went by, something inside me started to change. I started to wanted more flexibility. I wanted to spend more time with my parents because as they got older, right? I wanted to take better care of my health. I wanted to continue learning, travel more, and build something with purpose. But even though I knew what I wanted, fear kept showing up. Not because I was afraid of working hard, I wasn't. After 25 years in the film industry, I knew what hard work looked like. My biggest fear was stepping into something completely unfamiliar. I didn't come from a marketing background. I did study a little bit of business, but I didn't complete it. I wasn't a technology expert. So I wonder, you know, what if I can't learn this? What if I'm starting too late? What if I fail? You know, what will people think if I try something new? Those thoughts stay in my mind longer than I like to admit. Then in 2023, the film industry experienced another major setback. It wasn't the first time, but it was the third significant disruption I had seen during my career. This time, people were saying it could continue well into the following year. So that changed everything. You know, I realized I had a choice. I could let the fear decide my future, or I could let my values decide my future. What mattered more to me was having more time with my family, creating more flexibility, continuing learning, and preparing for the future instead of hoping it will take care of itself. So fear didn't disappear. I simply decided I wasn't going to be the one making my decisions. Sorry, I wasn't. I simply decided I wasn't going to be the one um, making my decisions anymore. I mean the fear. I wouldn't let the fear making the decisions anymore. Um, so one thing I learned from this is that fear often grows when we focus only on what we might lose. But something changed when I started asking a different question. Instead of asking, what if it doesn't work? I started asking, what if I never try? That question shifted my perspective. Sometimes the greater risk isn't trying something new. Sometimes the greater risk is staying exactly where we are while life keeps changing around us. So, courage doesn't mean you're fearless. Courage means you're willing to take the next step when, even, when you don't have the answers. So, maybe you're facing a different kind of fear. Maybe it's learning a new skill, or maybe it's changing careers, or maybe it's starting a project you've been thinking about for years. Or perhaps it could be having a conversation you have been avoiding. Whatever it is, ask yourself, is fear protecting me or is it preventing me from growing? So you don't have to take 10 steps today, just take one. One phone call, one book, one conversation, one lesson, one action. Small steps taken consistently have a way of changing our direction. So now, looking back, I'm grateful I didn't wait until I felt completely confident because I don't think that day ever comes. What changed my life wasn't the absence of fear, it was choosing to move forward anyway. So today, I still believe that learning is one of the greatest investments we can make in ourselves. Not because it guarantees an easy journey, but because it prepared us for whatever tomorrow brings. So thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. I hope this story encourages you to take one step towards something you've been putting off. And I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you later actually, for day 5 of the 30-day life challenge. And but before we go, I have a question for you that I would love to hear from you, and that is, what is one fear you overcome that helped you grow? Or you can answer this question, or both. What's one step you've been wanting to take but have been postponing? So share your thoughts in the comments. Your experience may encourage someone else to take that first step. So thank you, everyone. God bless you all. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye, everyone.